create an army right here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we got security. We got
This is enough to create an army. But then, as I was saying on the phone, this is a commitment. This is warfare, struggle. Because then you got a lot of people that are watching us right now has already done portrayed us already as far as, yo, those brothers look like they deep. They can get some stuff going on. All right, I got these shirts, $10 y'all. This is what we're gonna be wearing. We're gonna go out and do some street work. We're gonna bring the youth in through the teamwork that we're gonna do on the street. That's why I had y'all to come today, so we can start mapping this plan out of finding everybody's availability. Whether you are a lawyer, doctor, whether you are security, find out where we can map everybody, put them in their own comfort zone so that they'll be able to work wherever their heart and mind is. And so we make a commitment today, then we're going to start setting up the team. And then from that point on, then we're going to make things happen by showing proof. Is that agreeable with all of y'all?
Yes, sir.
And in this way, from that process, we will build from not what we say, but what we do.
Amen. Amen.
And that's how this whole operation right here is going to start. Because we got to draw. We have a target to meet for October. We can't meet a target being at home on the telephone.
Amen.
We got to be out there. And now it's summertime, so now it gets a chance for us to reach all the brethren outside by going into the subways, doing park events. Just go, set some chairs up, get some cameras, put our shirts on, black pants, white shirt, and start politicking with the rest of the crew that are around us, and we'll draw them right out, and we'll draw them in. And everybody gonna wanna know what's going on.
What's going on?
We got cameras, we got lights, we got unity, we got some strength. And then from that process, by the time we get, I promise you within a month, we should be able to fill this whole area in 1 month.
1 month. Amen.
We take Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and Long Island.
I'm about to say, I'm right there in Hempstead.
Yeah, we cover those areas, and then through association of our family. And this whole room will be packed. And then we can start doing other things on the outside to draw, to prepare them for where we're going as far as the movement. So we all on one accord now, right?
Yes.
Everybody see the vision?
Yes.
Now on Facebook, and all of y'all are on Facebook, I need everybody, that's why I need your shirts too, because you're going to take a picture of you on your shirt, just like you see on the Cross of Black Men. You're going to take a picture with your shirt on, and you're going to represent on Facebook, and that's like a march all by itself.
Yes.
Because if we all come down line with the same material, the same one accord, what happens is it draws attention.
Interest.
Then we get them in, then we find out, okay, we got a banker, we got a lawyer, we got security. Now we really covered. Now we got security, now we got armed forces, we got councilmen. We got them all in just being in one hub, under just one platform, and us doing the actual work so we can get things done. And if I get enough numbers, I work with Sharpton and the rest of the crew. I'll not only call them, I'll just send a video of what we do to Dr. West, and then boom, we in. So it's all about not the talk, but the actual physical work that we can do here. Now, how are we going to raise money to get all this done too? Shirts. We're going to push these shirts and get them sold so we can start adding up finances so that we can go and have money to prepare for our movement day. Or as many as we can get.
What is that?
We're gonna work on doing actually what I'm gonna try to see if I can get Sharpton to kind of give me some figures on what does it take to really do a movement. But the movement is starting here. This is the movement itself. But actually just get everybody in Washington, like we said we want to do, on that certain day of celebration. But as we get to that date, it's got to be some accountability.
What I'm saying is this. If we're looking at buses, that's going to be a lot of money.
No, they'll pay for the buses. They'll get the bus.
What I'm saying is, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the kind of numbers that we need. Because I can imagine this is one piece of the fundraising. but there's got to be a whole lot of other pieces that's going to have to come together. So I'd like to get an idea of what the actual figures look like, postulate from where we are. I'm expecting that we can
Let's say
a bottom threshold that we can begin at to have an idea, okay, we're going to need at least X in order for us to move from where we're here, we're talking about it, to where we're going to go. And I'm assuming, I know that this is probably established as a non-profit. So that being the case, what other things can individually bring to the table? I mean, because don't get me wrong, the t-shirts are great, that's fine. But what I bring to the table, with this brother, because he's also in finance as well, what I'm looking at is, okay, how can we bring the other side? There are those of us who look like we do, who are doing things individually that we don't know. This brother would have never met me had I not been trying to help some people not to lose their home.
yes.
So I was sitting there, or I was standing there talking to him about that, and actually putting a plan in motion for them. And we were actually at Kinko's. They had to make copies. Had I known they didn't have their copies ready, I'd have just said, come on into the office and we'll take care of it for you. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm saying, in order for us to reach this goal faster, there's not a whole lot of time for me to make this thing happen. What's at my resources, what's at his resources, all of us collectively. I'm saying over and above all of this, if I have an idea of what those numbers look like. You know, look, I'm 25 years in Wall Street. That's, you understand what I'm saying? So when we do what we do, it's always on a million-man scale, $1 million scale. So, all right, it's going to take X amount. I want to look at, well, what's it going to cost in buses?
What's it going to cost?
in
You want the breakdown.
hotels?
You got to get the projection.
Okay. Now that would depend on our projection. If we're going to meet a mark and be determined to meet that mark based on, let's say, 2 million. We're gonna reach 2 million. But then so so now if that makes if you're gonna do 2 million, then each bus holds what, 50 people?
50. Depends. 35 to 50. Right?
Because now
it's probably about 50 people.
Yeah.
So now, on that alone, we can at least say 60% of them are going to come by bus, where everybody may not want to drive, but then there are going to be those who are in the area who are just going to drive in. There's going to be those who are going to come from here and don't want to be on the bus and
Take the train or
fly in, train or whatever. So my thought is, okay, if I can I want to wrap my head around, okay, 2 million, then I start doing the math. You follow what I'm saying? We're going to need X, we're going to need Y, we're going to need Z, and we start putting it together. And then it's also going to be this idea, how many of these we got to get out there? We're going to need a budget to make all of this, because think about it, if everybody's coming to this march, it's one thing to do a fundraiser before we get there, but for those people who went out of their way and they're there, they're going to want to have a souvenir.
yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Because so there's going to be a whole lot of things.
you're gonna need manufacture, but we'll probably have, most likely we'll have enough
Business projection.
tables and stuff. But my projection to this is, and how I watched, when you draw a certain amount over a certain amount, what happens, you get sponsorship that pays for all of it.
Yeah, we already know that.
So
What he's saying is, what goal do you think? Like maybe it's $100,000.
In other words, what's
$75,000.
exactly? How much seed money do we need?
Gotta go for number. How much?
Gotta have a projection. Gotta set a
We gotta
goal.
have some
a
kind of
format.
seed money. The seed money is going to take care of the initial set of T-shirts. It's going to take care of the initial set of mugs. It's going to take care of the initial advertising, that if you might want to go that route. It's going to take care of all these things that you just can't get done without money up front, until you can make it begin to come back at you in the form of donations, in the form of people getting involved in buying the merchandise. You follow me?
There's a lot of expenses we may not see right now, but eventually, we will come across it. Well, so we definitely need to have some sort of goals, have some sort of outline, determine, okay, how much money do we need to really get this to moving.
Yeah, it's like we said with the accountant's haircut. We look at that number and then we give it the accountant's haircut. If we were looking down, it would be sort of like, well, it'll cost us $100,000. If we were looking at buying something, we'd be like, no, we're only putting up 80. In a case like this, we got to look. If we're thinking 100,000, we probably need 140. You follow my point? Because there's always going to be incidentals. There's always going to be this, that, and the third that you didn't expect. So all I'm asking is, all right, because for me, I mean, how do I put it? I want to cut right into it.
Right.
Because I know we only have a limited time while we're here. You understand what I'm saying? Cut right into it and say, all right, we're going to need this goal. So we're going to need something even more aggressive in terms of what we're going to do. It might mean I'll fashion a letter and get it out to some of these folks, all right, so-called in my world, and say, hey, look, we're doing this. And you know what? The first thing they're going to do is take it with skepticism, except that it'll be coming from me. There's a whole, you understand? I can bridge that gap. Say, hey, look, you know what? My brother might be in the medical community, and this ain't a joke. This is something real. These brothers are putting it together. We need to be a part of it. And now you got Alpha this and Kappa that. Everybody starts communicating, and now it starts coming together. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. In other words, you gotta kind of see the end in view first.
Projection.
You know what we're gonna. The bottom line is how we want the end to come out, and then we work backwards from there. And this way, we'll hit our target. You know, because if people coming from New York going to DC, now you're talking hotel costs and expenses because they're not going to come down just for 1 day. You know, it'll probably be a 2 or 3 day thing. You know, so we got to plan for that.
If they're coming from California, you know that's going to be hotel stays. Right. Yeah. You understand? We can drive 3 or 4 hours. It takes me that long. You know.
We can drive, we can take a bus. You know, and then the neighboring businesses, they got to be alerted to what we're planning because they don't want to get down there and be bombarded and be short-staffed. So they have to kind of be prepared, like major conventions coming in there. You got to let everyone in the vicinity know so they can kind of have a, you know, some say in it, you know, some, you know, get it out to their people as well, you know, staffing and all of this that goes into place.
All right, well, let me say this too. Since we're doing original, should we do it in DC or should we do it here in New York?
I want to say something really quick in regards to that. That night, a very nice lady came on the phone, and she made a very, very good point, man. And you was kind of going along the line. Right? Listen, dude, this thing happened. Excuse my French, gentlemen, but I speak. This shit's got to be original. And this number that we're talking about, this Million-Man March, is mimicking this. Dude, listen, we need to get away from that. Listen, we need to create a new name that's going to separate and differentiate this because we don't want to provide the wrong perception. We need to give the proper perception. If we say anything as far as million, they're going to automatically think a Million-Man March. Get that million out. I'm straightforward. If like you don't like it, I'm sorry. We need to be straightforward. We need to go with the movement. I love that. It's just a movement. And don't give no Million Man, don't give no march, don't give nothing. We don't need to give them nothing but the movement.